We caught the raccoon in the night after the house guest said he heard it trying to open the door. I did not want to see it in the cage because I specifically did not want to see his soft body and arms like he had put on a sweater before this happened. You put on a sweater to do something normal, like going to the post office or walking from a smaller room into a larger room in your home in the winter. To put on your sweater, to do that kind act for yourself, expecting nothing but to move and observe and do an easy task, and then to be, in fact, lured into a metal trap with a slanted door? I did not want to deal with that image. I did not want to see a raccoon with the little hands and the naturally expectant mask and perfect face. The raccoon had been tricked into the trap. After an evening of nightmares and the feeling that I was sleeping wrong, meaning that the blood was not going to the small and currently forming life form inside my abdomen, my fiancé told me that he had caught Justin, which is what I had named the raccoon on the first night that I saw him drinking the pineapple syrup from an upturned can that he had chosen for himself and then taken from the trash bin with his little hands. This little robber with his tongue and small gulps and swallows, I know that it must have tasted so good to him. When I named Justin, I used his name right away via the thought, Justin loves canned fruit and syrups, and so do I. My fiancé told me that he'd caught Justin, but he was going to sleep a bit more before confronting him. I put my mind to work right away, picturing the raccoon in the cage. He is watching the morning close in on him like the high tide. In the morning, a high tide of light creeps up into the shore of the day itself. I like very much to watch it from our bed, and so of course this makes me imagine watching the day begin through the grid of the cage. I am feeling what Justin is feeling. I am feeling the instincts in the animal, and that the instincts cannot complete themselves. How much frantic discomfort he feels calling in his core. Run away very fast. Be out, be out, be out, be free. Do whatever I want. The sun becomes too pushy, and I feel in the clock in my body that it is time to rest and wind down and sleep the sleep of the winded and free animal and be in big spaces. I am made to be just my small size, but in the biggest of spaces. Me and then the night sky. That is the right pairing of my smallness with a largeness, and I am made to be totally unrestrained. What is happening to me in this cage? I feel my bones ache when I touch the charged current of raccoon feelings. Beset by the advancing daylight, the raccoon feels a creepy, deathly feeling. I cannot do my deep things. The instincts themselves ache when not completed. This is the end of me. Maybe because I will die. Sure, yes, I can feel the edges of my demise, but the horror is definitely because I am alive and I am prohibited from completing my deep things. I went and made the coffee even though it was very early and I knew I would most likely have to make another pot when my fiancé woke up and when the house guest woke too. The house guest is a person who I love, but the house guest leaves tea bags all over the surfaces in my house, and when I find them, all I can think is, your mother taught you this. She taught you this by silently cleaning up your small hot wet bags that you use to make your warm drinks for yourself. She facilitated this, but now your mommy is not here, and so I am picking up your small hot wet bags because I am being hospitable, but also sort of pressured into being quiet about this because otherwise I will ruin the vibe, and here we have a very clear case of what some men are allowed to do and be, because in the end, it is just not worth the time to explain to a giant male baby who thinks that they are an adult that they have to take literally 4 seconds to put their small hot wet bag in the greater bag of trash. That is where it goes, in the trash. This is what you are doing, leaving trash around my house. If it is not a big deal, if I am being uptight, if it is not a big deal and you are such a chill, strong person, then handle this one yourself and put your trash in the trash.